Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we are up to a very important technique. We've discussed choosing a life coach, a spiritual mentor. We've discussed choosing a health coach or asking a doctor. And now we're discussing a financial coach. We're living in very precarious times. It's very unstable. My cousin just told me that, his son-in-law was working for a company. They had 100 employees. They just fired 40 of them because AI was able to take over. The point of the matter is there is always opportunity. There is always an ability to make money, but you have to have guidance. And I have, just as I have a spiritual mentor, I also have a business mentor. And I can say, again, once it's not possible for people to always be right. But once again, because the Rebbe told us to do this, and it's really God's wisdom telling you how to get financial advice, if you use it, it will always be right. It should be a friend, obviously experienced in business, and that person will be able to advise you, and the advice will definitely come through God, and it will be right. And all I can say is listen. It's just that simple. It's like, we overcomplicate things in life. Life was not meant to be complicated. It was meant to be hard, meant to be challenging so we could feel good about overcoming the challenges, feel good about our accomplishments, but it was not meant to be impossible. And therefore, God gives us a system. We have a system. So as soon as this finishes, I want you to go and choose a business coach. And if you don't know what to do, there are, in fact, many different websites. There are people that make themselves available. They're actually business people, and they're doing it free of charge. So it's a sign that, don't do somebody you're paying money. Do it for free. Sign that it's a friend. Sign that somebody that cares, somebody that has experience in business. And I guarantee you, all you need to do is listen, and you will see. It may take a while because nothing happens overnight. But if you follow what they say, you will be successful. Okay, let's do a little meditation. Close your eyes. Breathe in God. Breathe out your stresses. Breathe in infinite wealth, because everything comes from God, and God can provide you with infinite blessings, which is blessings in everything, one of them being wealth. And breathe out stresses over money and anxiety. And breathe in a feeling of abundance, that you'll always have what you need. And breathe out a feeling of constriction, that I have to. And let me tell you a story. It's once upon a time, it's brought down in the Talmud, that there was a man by the name of Yosef Moker Shabbos. Yosef, who kept Shabbos, he did everything to make his Shabbos beautiful. And one day, across, the island or so, there was another man. He was a miser, he was stingy. And he went to people that were good in astrology, and they said, all of your money is one day going to go to this Jewish guy called Yosef Moker Shabbos. Well, he was none too pleased about that. So he took all his money, he sold it, he bought himself a diamond. He put the diamond in his hat, and he always wore the hat. And one day, as he's passing by a river, a very strong wind came and it blew off his hat. And the hat falls into the river, and eventually a little fish comes along and it eats the diamond. And as they're selling fish for Shabbos, Yosef, who was always so good at making Shabbos the best, even though he wasn't wealthy, he would always buy the best for Shabbos, happens to buy the fish with the diamond. Anything can happen. You can become very wealthy. You can become the richest man in the world if God desires. It doesn't take effort from God. It takes effort from you. Effort to literally follow this advice, which is get somebody. It does take effort to make money. You can't just do it, without effort. But put yourself into what the mentor tells you. Make it happen. And with God's help, you'll succeed. And remember, it's not a competition. It's not about you having more money than someone else. That's not the world God made. It's about you being comfortable, hopefully wealthy as well, meaning having more money than you need so you can give, and giving it and using it for good things. As the Rebbe said, once we have money, we still need God's blessing in that money. In fact, one of the blessings of the Kohanim is God should bless you and he should protect it. Because there are people, I know a guy who was very wealthy. Unfortunately, towards the end of his life, he had to spend $1 million on his health care. The point is, even once the money's in your bank, it's not in your bank. It's under God's control. So go for making kosher money, but know where it comes from and know that it is a blessing. The more you bless others with it, the more blessed you will be. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. shemachad@protonmail.com. We're going to come out of the meditation with a 3, a 2, and a 1.